Hello guys, in this session we will be learning about how to make an entries in the software. So before getting into the software we need to know about the journal entries. In the previous video we have discussed how to make a journal entries. Once look into that. Here to make entries in the software, here very important things are like ledgers and its groups. See guys, here in each and every transaction, two ledgers will be affected. See, for example, if you read the first one, Ramesh started business with cash, 3 lakhs. So he has started the business. The journal entry for this is going to be cash account debit to capital account. Here are the two ledgers. One is cash, another is capital. These two are the ledgers. Same like that for each and every transaction there will be two ledgers. Bank, cash, bank, purchases, rupa. So like that for each and every transaction two ledgers will be available. And coming to the software point of view, before making the journal entries in the software, we need to create the required ledgers. So here one thing you guys can remember, by default in the Tally software, cash ledger and profit and loss account, these two ledgers will be by default available. So we no need to create the cash ledger. Okay. And one more thing, if one ledger is created once, if it is repeated again, you guys no need to create it again. Say for example, so here cash account debit to capital account, as we previously discussed, the cash ledger is by default available in the software, so we no need to create it. So let it. The remaining is capital. So we need to create the capital ledger like this. Capital ledger. It comes under capital account. There will be particular list of groups. So in the software we will be selecting them. So we need to create the capital ledger. Then we will be saving under the capital account. Next, bank account debit to cash account. So cash is already available, so we no need to create. The leftover is bank. Bank comes under bank accounts. Whatever the bank it is, SBI, RBL, whatever it is. So that bank account ledger you need to create first, then you need to put it in the group as a bank accounts. Next, third one, cash account debit to bank account. Cash is already available, so we no need to create bank. Just now we have created the bank, so we no need to create it again. So like this, if any other ledgers are repeated, if you have created once, you no need to create it again and again. So this is the question, and these are the journal entries, and these are the ledgers. Yeah. So after creating the ledgers, we will be making a journal entries in the software. See guys, manually, if we come to the manual process of accounting, first we will be doing with the bookkeeping. Then from there we will be going with the journals, and from there we will be creating the ledgers, then trial balance, balance sheet, P&L. But in the software, first we will be creating the ledgers, then we will be making the journal entries. So to make the journal entries, we are having certain things called as voucher keys. There will be certain keys. So observe, F4 denotes the contra, F5 is the payment voucher, F6 is the receipt, F7 is the journal voucher. We will be discussing what is the journal voucher. F8 the sales, F9 is the purchase. These are the basic vouchers where we need to remember. Contra. So what is meant by contra? In one transaction, both cash ledger and bank ledger need to be affected. One need to be on the debit side, another need to be on the credit side. These things, these kind of entry is called as contra entry. So guys, observe here bank to cash, cash to bank. In the both the transaction, both the ledgers has been affected. One has been debit, one has been credit. So these two entries will be comes under the F4, nothing but the contra. So like that, for each and every transaction, here I have listed out it comes under which key. Simple thing is, You can remember, whenever if you are receiving the amount to the business, always remember, think from the business point of view. For the business, the amount is coming in, the amount is going out. Or for the business, goods is coming in or goods is going out. So you guys need to think like this. Then you need to decide journal entry and put it in that particular voucher. F6 is nothing but the receipt. So Ramesh started business with cash, cash account debit to capital. The amount is coming into the business, so we are putting in the receipt. Whenever if you receive any amount into the business, if you hear the word call as received also, put it in the F6, receipt. And F4 is a contract, cash deposited into bank, cash withdrawn from bank for office use. These things will come under the contract. And as usual, F9 is for the purchase. We will be discussing about the purchase voucher in detail in the software. F5 is in a payment. Whenever if you are making any payment, it might be related to creditors or any expenses, whatever it is, you need to put it in the F5, nothing but the payment also. F8 sales and F7 is a journal. We will be discussing in detail about in this. Yeah. Based upon the question, it comes under which keys I have given you. Okay. You can see it in the description, this PDF. Okay. Clear? Now let's get into the software. So before getting into software, make note of this question. If possible, make a note of the entries, ledgers and the keys also. That will be highly helpful while doing in the software. Okay? Yeah, let's move it. So this is our Tally Prime software educational version. You can straight away download it, get it to the Google and type it as Tally Prime download. Straight away you can download it. It is a free of cost. You don't need to pay it. If you wanted the licensed version, you can search for the licensed version. You can either rental it or you can either purchase it also. Yeah. So after opening the software, over the here we can able to see continue in educational mode. Press it. So after pressing in that, for example, let me open any of the company. So it will be showing like this. This is called as a gateway of the Tally. Gateway of the Tally. You can. So from here, first is to create company. See, as we are using the education version, only the 1st April and 2nd April, these 2 dates will be worked out. Remaining dates will not be worked. So what we will do means, for each and every question, so this total one set is the one problem question. For each and every question, we will be creating a new company. Then we will be doing our works and we will be generating profit and loss, balance sheet and so on so reports. So observe how to create the company. After opening a software, the gateway of Tally will be opened. From here, how to open a company. So there is a shortcut key to create a company, F3. Either you can use mouse also. Over right side you can able to see company, F3. Click on it. Here, create company. You can use your keyboard arrows or you can use the mouse. Create. So give the name whatever you like. So presently I am giving as a problem. And give all the mailing details, addresses and state. So presently we are not having all these things, so that's why I'm skipping all this. Press enter. And this is very important thing. Financial year beginning from and books beginning from. These two are very important. Financial year is nothing but 1st April to 31st March. Enter and press enter. Immediately after creating all these details, the window will be open called as features of the company. So based upon the requirement, we will be activating the features. We will be discussing about these features in detail. Essentially what you guys know means maintain accounts. Make this feature as a yes. Any feature you guys make as no. Press enter. No. Enter. Okay. On the left side you can able to see which company we are in. This is the problem number 1. We have created the company name like this. Okay. No vouchers are entered. Up to now we have not done anything. So this is an important thing where you guys need to remember. Okay. Yeah. Right. Now our first procedure is to create the ledgers. So in the question I had provided you the ledgers also. This is the question. Based upon that we have created the entries. Now here are the ledgers. So observe this. These are the ledgers where you guys need to create. Capital comes under capital account, bank account, purchase account, Rupa, sundry creditor. Guys, here one very important thing everyone need to remember. Don't confuse between sundry debtors and sundry creditors. Sundry debtors and sundry creditors. See, creditors are nothing but vendors or suppliers from whom we will be purchasing the goods. They are called as a creditors. And debtors are nothing but maybe wholesale dealers or straight away customers. Dealers or customers. Okay? Yeah, don't confuse between. If you are purchasing from a particular person or a company, it's a creditor. If you are making a sale to a person or a company, it's a debtor. Okay? Don't confuse between these two. So Rupa, we are purchasing goods from Rupa, that's why we are putting her in the sundry creditors. So all the expenses, maximum all the expenses are indirect expense. Sir, how we can identify which expenses in a direct or indirect means? Simply you guys remember, all the factory related expenses are comes under direct expenses. For example, wages, factory rent, carriage inwards, these kind of expenses. So nothing but all the factory related expenses are direct, and remaining all are indirect. Nothing but traveling expense, house rent, house rent, office rent, and electricity bill, power bill, salaries, go down rent, all these things are comes under indirect expenses. Okay, clear? Yeah. Now these ledgers we need to create. How to create the ledgers? Observe. After opening the software from the gateway of Tally, go to create. Or the down we can able to see the ledgers. This is the ledger creation window. Here you guys need to type the ledger name and you put it into the particular group. So our first ledger is capital. So observe how I am doing it. Capital. Enter. Enter. From the left side, over the right side, you can able to observe the list of groups. These are the groups. From the groups, you guys can select it. Capital comes under capital account. Here I had given all the list. Verify this, make a note in the notes, and try to do it in the software. That will be highly helpful for you. Yeah. So capital comes under capital account. Enter mailing details. Those things are not required. Press enter. Enter. Opening balance. In the question, we have not specified that there is an opening balance for the capital, so you guys no need to give any balances over here. Press enter. Enter. The ledger has been created. Same like that, remaining ledgers we need to create. Bank comes under bank accounts. Enter all the details, bank related details, account holder name, account number, IFSC code, all the details related to this. If you are having the checks, give the checkbooks number. We will be discussing these things related in the BRS, bank reconciliation statement. Next purchase comes under purchase accounts. Rupa comes under sundry creditors. Salaries comes under indirect expense. Rebates comes under indirect expense. Stamps and duties comes under indirect expense. So sales comes under sales accounts. Comes under sundry debtors. These are all the ledgers where we need to create. Now press escape up to gateway of Tally. Now go to the vouchers. This is the vouchers where we need to make all the generators. See, whenever if you guys install the Tally software, when you get into the voucher like payment, receipt, observe here carefully. It will be showing you in the single entry mode like this, like account and particulars. This is a single entry mode. See, Tally allows you to make the entries in the single entry and the double entry. Both the entries will be same. So if you are convenient with the single entry, you can change it, or if you are convenient with the double entry, you can change it. So how to change? Over the right side, you can able to see something called as change mode, or shortcut key is Control H. Okay. So here you can able to see double entry or single entry. Select the double entry and press enter. So here you can able to see debit or credit or who or buy. This is the payment voucher. Over the left side above you can able to see this engage voucher payment On the right side, you can able to see all the keys: order, payment, receipt, journal, sale, purchase, other purchase. So like that. Okay. Our very first thing, here I had given the entry. Here are the keys I had given you. So until you guys habituated with the journal entries and the functional keys, try to look into your answer and try to do it in the software. After you get a grip on that, just by simple looking into the question and try to do it in the software. Okay. So first one, F6. So you need to press the key F6, or the left side above you can able to see it is in the receipt. So which entry we need to pass? This is the thing, cash account debit to capital account. This is what we need to make an entry. So see, this is the debit part and this is the credit part. But in the software, observe CR is nothing but the credit part, or it will be asking you TO2. Okay. So which side it is asking, observe and try to make an entry. Don't go with the flow. Press the functional key and give which side it is asking for. It is asking for the credit part. So in our journal entry, this is the debit part and this is the credit part. Credit part is in a capital. Okay. So you guys need to create this capital ledger. Like you need to make an entry. Observe here. Credit part over the right side you can able to see whatever the ledgers we have created, it will be listing out here. Select the capital, amount is 3 lakhs. Press enter. Again press enter. Observe how the cursor is blinking, where it is blinking. Then press enter. Now make an entry. So cash account debit to capital account credit. You can able to see 3 lakhs, 3 lakhs. Press enter. Here is the narration. Narration is very important in the practically. When you guys are doing in the academics, you will be writing the question like the cash deposit or cash withdrawn or business starter like that. But in practical, you guys need to make it very clear what kind of entry is that. So being is very important. Being started business. So like that you can press enter and the entry has been saved. Okay, clear? Understood? Right. So that's the receipt. That's what we need to do. Same like that. We need to make all the entries by pressing the next keys. Next is F4 contract. Press F4 contract. Cash account debit. Let's see what is the entries. Bank account debit to cash. So cash. So how much we are depositing? 30,000 rupees we are depositing to the. Whenever if you make any deposit, it will ask for the denominations, number of notes, like 100 notes, 1000 notes, 500 notes, 200 notes, 10 notes, how many we are depositing. Okay, here we will do an addition. Cash deposited into next cash withdrawn from bank 15,000 is also contract. See here we have not mentioned anything like for personal use or for office use. Whenever it is not mentioned anything, just it is given as a cash withdrawn from bank, make it considered as an office use. Say contract 15,000. Next, goods purchased from single for cash. Entry is going to be purchase account debit to cash. As usual, it comes under the purchase. And we have mentioned here, see, purchase and sales voucher, there are 3 kind of invoice modes. One is accounting invoice. Let me make it clear. One is accounting invoice. Another is item invoice. Another is cash voucher mode. These 3 modes will be available in the purchase and sale. So when to use these kind of modes? When you are having an item like we have mentioned as a stock in the question, in that case you need to specify the item invoice. So in the question we have not given the stock items. So up to now there is not required of the item invoice. Next thing, accounting invoice. So what will be doing in the accounting invoice? So in the accounting invoice we will be giving like services like whatever the services we have taken or the services we had given. So we give the services. If not service or not goods, just you are writing in journal entry, purchase account debit to cash. In that case, we need to make it as voucher. Purchase account debit to cash. We need to make it as voucher. Okay, clear? As usual, we have pressed the F9. Okay, after pressing the F9, you can able to see here it is asking like party name and particulars, nothing but it is in the accounting invoice mode. Press the change mode. Here you can able to see as voucher. Select it. Okay, you can able to supplier invoice number. If you are having any supplier invoice number, you can provide it. Otherwise, okay. Now as usual, enter purchase account debit to cash. Okay, cash. And all the supplier details if you are having anything. So how much amount we are purchasing? So 25,000. Purchase. Okay. Here we will be writing the direction the goods purchase on cash basis. Okay. Next. Goods purchased from Rupa 45,000, same as usual. We are already in the purchase and we already have changed the move. Press enter. So credit part is going to be Rupa. How much is purchase? Goods purchased. Okay, then we have salary is paid 65,000 cash. Getting the payment F5. Here it is asking of debit side. So debit salary account debit 65,000 cash. Addition you guys need to provide it. Next, repair expenses paid by check 12,500. Already we are in the payment. Repair expenses 12,500. Check in the sense. Next, stamps and duties expenses 5,600. It is also comes under payment. Stamps and duties expenses 5,600. Nothing is mentioned. Presently take it as cash. Goods sold for cash. Nothing but sales. As usual, you need to press F8 sales. Then you need to change the mode as voucher. Cash. When you make a sale, you will be seeing the cash. So cash account. So how much the sales is 50,000. Sales. Next, goods sold for cash. Okay, we have done that one. Now goods sold for 30,000. It's in a credit sale. So Ram. So how much amount is 50,000. In the narration, you will be mentioning being goods sold to Ram on credit basis. Next, cash withdraw for personal use. See, cash withdraw for personal use will be considering it as an advance. See, house loan. See, let's assume that 1 lakh rupees is your business amount. Okay. Whatever the usage you are doing, you need to make it for the business only. But what I have done means I have used 5,000 rupees for my personal purpose. I have not used it for my business. I have not used it for my business. Then what will happen? My business amount will be reduced by 5,000 comes to the 95,000. So this 5,000 is not spent in the business. It is gone out of the business. So that's why it is considered as a drawings. Okay. So it is either not a payment or not a receipt, not a purchase, sale, or not even a contract. If any of the entry is not comes under these vouchers, straight away you can put it in the journal. Simply you can remember all the adjustment entries comes under the journal. Okay. So as usual entry drawings. Okay. So how much the amount is 5,000. Cash. Here you can able to see. So observe guys, here the cash and bank ledger is not visible for us. When it comes in the journal, it will not straight away visible for us. When you click on the show more, then it will open the Cash sales, cash account debit to sales account 13,000. Go to sales. So already you can change the mode as voucher. Cash account debit 13,000. Sales. That's it. Very simple. What entries we have done. So you guys need to be very clear. Okay. While you guys are creating the ledgers, while you guys are making the entries, giving the numbers, pressing the voucher keys, F4, F5, 6, you need to be very clear on. So in case we have done any mistake, while creating a ledger, for example, salaries is an indirect expense, I put it in the indirect income. How can I rectify? So observe. Generally to create the ledgers, we will be from the gateway of Tally, we will be going to create ledgers, we will be creating. If you want to make a modification of any ledger, go to alter. From gateway of Tally, go to alter, go to ledgers, in that select whatever the ledger you wanted to modify, select it and you can change it. This is how you can modify the ledger. Same like that. Sir, we have created the ledgers perfectly. We have done the entry also perfectly, but by mistakenly I have given a wrong functional key. If it is comes under F5, I have put it in the F6. How should I modify? So from the gateway of Tally, here the vouchers, we will be making all the entries. Further down, you can able to see the table. Whatever the transaction you have entered up to now, you can able to see all these things. Whatever the transaction you wanted to change, you go over there and press enter. It will you can change the amount, ledger or the key. You can simply press it on that and see comes under the payment. So journal, we can change the keys, amount, everything. Press enter. Yeah, it will be changes. Okay. Now you guys need to check the report. How to check the report? On the gateway of Tally, you can able to see profit and loss and balance sheet. I am opening the profit and loss account. Okay. Press Alt plus F1 to see a detailed report. Alt F1. Alt F1. See, if people are using the keyboard in the like nothing but laptop, people are using the laptop. For them, straight away, if you are pressing Alt F1, it will not work. In that case, you guys press function. You will be having F and key in your keyboard. Function, then press Alt and F1. Function, Alt F1. Then you can able to see the report. So observe the difference. Before Alt F1, report is like this. It is a consolidated profit and loss report. Press Alt F1, it is a detailed. Shows the purchase value, sale value. We have got the gross profit. But end of the day, we have done some kind of expenses. So that's why we have got the net loss. So make a note of this net loss. Why? Because after doing this problem in your software, you need to get this value. Then only your problem is correct. Otherwise, it's not. Then how to rectify? Open your notes, check with the entries, check with the amounts, check with the functional keys. Open the daybook, verify it. Even in ledgers also, you guys need to observe. Okay, clear? This is the problem. 60,600 we have got the net loss. Press escape. Go to balance sheet. Here also you can press Alt F1. You can able to see the cash and bank balances and the balance sheet totals. This is okay, clear, guys? This is how we need to make the entries in the tally. See, after closing the software, press escape and enter. The software will be closed. Sir, I wanted to open my previous company. Just simply open the software. Even in ERP also it's the same one. Okay. Most 95% ERP 9 and Tally Prime both are same. Just little bit differences will be there. And coming to GST configurations, we are having high configurations in Tally Prime. So when you open the software, you wanted to open your previous companies. Okay. Either you can see the list from here straight away. No, if you are unable to find the list. Okay, just a moment. Yeah. After opening like this, it will show the gateway of Tally. From here, press F3. Then go to here, select a company. Can you able to see as a select company? Press it. Yeah, here you can search for it over there. Now we have done the problem one, right? So problem one. Here you can see. This is the problem. You can able to see all the everything you can able to see. Okay. This is how you will see. Hope to understand. If any doubts, ping me in the comments. Okay, like, share and subscribe for more information like this. Okay, clear, guys?